welcome back to the Super Tuesday recap. It is Kriss and D-Palm here, and we are back with another Super Tuesday recap on a weekend. That means we're covering Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow. We'll do Legends of Tomorrow first. So Season 2, Episode 15, Fellowship of the Spear. The Legends land in France during World War I and enlist the aid of J.R.R. Tolkien to retrieve the last pieces of the Spear of Destiny from the Legion of Doom. We were just talking about this. There's only 2 more episodes left of the season. For some reason, I thought they were going 20. But right now, IMDb only has them listed at 17, which I think, hey, okay. And you were saying, this show really embraces what it is.
Particularly since it came back from winter break, it's just been kind of like when you describe the premise of the show to someone and their brain goes to the best possible outcome. That's what the show's been since we got back from Christmas.
Yeah. Because it's already hard enough to explain the premise of this show. And like we said, season 1, it was rough. It was rough, but they're doing a really good job. And a lot of the things we were wondering about and worried about, they came back and did. I gotta say, what they did with Mick this episode, it felt earned. And
it addressed a lot of the things I was thinking about Mick.
Yeah. It felt earned, and it made me realize who the one person on this team that I really, really hate. I know I probably mentioned it before, but I fucking hate Martin Stein. Professor Stein is a dick. Let me explain why I'm saying this.
I like him because he's a dick, but I can see how you can hate him.
Oh, no. I mean, I get it. He's just again, in Trump's America, there's old white men are really just, they're testing me right now. And Stein just... Well,
You've been triggered.
I've been triggered. And I need my safe space. I mean, it's just no, seriously. With Stein, this episode particularly, because he was the one that helped Mick before with thinking he was seeing Snart and dismissing him, even in this episode, dismissing him again when he said that. So when people go, wait, you told Snart? He was like, I didn't think he was real. And when Stein turned on him too, I was like, you're a dick. The rest of the team, I get. Because they didn't really know. They never knew about this. They never knew that Mick was seeing Snart or anything like this. Stein knew and was helping him. So when Stein basically goes, wait, you told him? You told him because you wanted to. I'm like, wait a minute, you asshole. You told him. When he told you before that he had seen him and it was real, you just dismissed him. You're an asshole. And by the end of the episode, I still don't consider Mick a bad guy. I'm sorry. I think Haircut was the only one that called it. It was like, well, I mean, we were kind of dicks to him.
We lied to him. And Rip, he put it indelicately, but he put it probably the truest. He's smarter than we ever gave him credit for. Or what he said, he's not quite stupid.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about the way, and we've laughed about it, but Mick was always that guy who the Legends kind of piled up on, and it was okay because, it's Mick. And because, he has his hard exterior, they never, just like, fine, we can just, he's a sociopath, and, we have him on here because, his life doesn't really matter, so fuck it, right? They treated him like shit when you really think about it. So, is it, and then the way they looked at him and the way they would say things to him, oh yeah, man, this episode, I was like, yeah, when Mick betrays you guys, I'm full team Mick on this one, yo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I definitely see. I think obviously Mick made a mistake. He knows he made a mistake based on the previews, but they were handled it balancing. At the one hand, I want to say they handled it super indelicately. On the other hand, if you had been harboring these doubts, him doing what he did doesn't help it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
The only person, I think you're right. The person I'm maddest at is Martin Stein. From everyone else's perspective, it's somewhat reasonable to be this upset.
Yo,
From
absolutely.
Stein's perspective, what are you doing, man?
Oh, absolutely. I was pissed when Stein didn't stand up to him. I stand up for him. I was like, wait a minute, man. Because everybody else was mad at him. Oh, well, why'd you tell Snart? It's dude, he's supposed to be dead. I thought he was dead. I thought I was seeing things. And come on, they had just gone back to Vanishing Point. The place where
could have said Stein was helping me deal with it, but he didn't.
Huh?
He didn't even dime out Stein.
Yeah, dude. I'm like,
he didn't even dime out Stein. Like, what the fuck, Stein?
He could have snitched on Stein, and he didn't.
I mean, Dr. Stein was helping me deal with it. That's all you had to say.
Didn't say shit. And we know, and the thing that gets me mad about Stein is he's always keeping things from the fucking group. You got an apparition out there that's your fucking daughter. Are you serious right now? Like, oh man, yo, that shit was. I was pissed at Stein this episode because I'm like, dude, the whole thing about being legends and you guys all working together is that you guys have each other's back. The thing that was that Mick has been missing is feeling like he's a partner, not that he's somebody's lackey. Like the shit that Snart was saying to him, I was like, yeah, well, Snart's got a point, yo. Snart's got a point. Like they talk to you like you're not a partner, like you're not part of the team, but like you're the blunt object they use to beat people over the head. They think you're stupid, and go back this season and think of how many times that Mick has said some shit that turned out to be things that they actually use. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. I like, and again at that scene, the only one at the end, the only one that really stood up for him, who? Ray. And why?
I think they all kind of recognized that they had misplayed it.
Oh no! After Ray says something, they realize it.
You're
but
right.
Ray's the one
Ray
that
was the first one to be like, "We did fuck up."
Right, and I got to go back and look. I'm not even sure if Ray said even chastised him for telling Snart to begin with. I can't remember if he did or not. But it's like, and why did Ray not do that? Because Ray's been kind of being his partner. Like him and Mick have been kind of teaming up, and Mick kind of taking him under his wing, if you will, and they've kind of developed that rapport there. So, and not only that, but then even Amaya, when he's like, "Yo, you should come with me," I was like,
she may go.
So, because of what we said last week, I was like, okay, she can't go because, again, she's a member of this society and that sort of thing. But I kind of wanted her to go. I kind of wanted her to, give into that temptation a little because that's a human. That's human, and her and Mick weren't going to destroy the world. Wouldn't go to destroy the world. They're going to kind of, Mick's going to get his partner back, and Amaya's going to, to basically save her daughter and her granddaughter. Like it's like they have noble like intentions here.
They let her continue to be a hero by making a decision, but they made her human by letting her wobble.
And not only that, and this is why I was like, it would have been nice if I would have been okay if she had gone, but the way they even made it kind of even better is they keep her being the hero, and then she at the end she looks at when Sarah goes, "There's nothing we could have done." She's like, "No, there was something we could have done. You could have used a spear.
Right.
We could have used it and done what we needed to do, and it would have been over and done with. We could have done something. We chose not to. We made the wrong choice." And I was like, all right.
Not wrong.
I mean, I can't argue with those facts. So, yeah. So, that I don't know. This episode was just it really worked. I even love the fact that you can tell in that the opening scene with that vanishing point that Stein was on the set of Flash, because at no point, this is one of the few times that we've seen Jax's firestorm, and we've not heard Stein's voice in his head.
Yeah.
So he wasn't on set at the time. Same reason why Malcolm Merlin shows up at the very, very end of this episode and is Damien Dark with Snart. It's like, okay, I got you. I know why. I know why this happened. Okay, that makes.
I'm okay with it.
Hey, you know what? Smooth. Didn't notice him, and you got enough of Stein being a dick. And you got Malcolm Merlin enough, and it didn't feel like, I get it. Sometimes when you do this stuff, you're like, oh, I know why they weren't there. That's just heavy-handed. No, this made sense. Made sense why they weren't there. And I was okay with it.
100%.
Didn't miss them at all. Yeah, I also like the idea that, I don't know, this whole entire episode, which is really well done. I thought it would be kind of weird them going, you know, I feel like sometimes when they would go into these time periods in season 1, it felt clunky, you know? It didn't feel, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. I didn't like it when they went to some of these, particularly places in the past. When they went in the future, it was like, oh, okay, cool, because felt like they can mess around with things. But when they did things in the past, it just felt like weird. This season, they've been they've done really, really well with that. And I like the idea that Amaya seeing, you know, all that horror and war and death kind of, you know, like it was fucking with her. It kind of made her think about, you know, what happens in what's going to happen in her future and what happens to her descendants and things like that. So
it made an episode that could just be a lot of mythos building feel really personal too.
Yep. So man, I don't know. I just it was well paced. They kept it going. Like, man, like, and at the end, you know, them going, oh yeah, they don't know how to flip, they don't know how to work it, they don't know how to use it. You got a time traveling speedster. He might know how to use it. He might, you know, Thawne is a scientist. Like, he might know more than you think. So, and I even like how Thawne at the beginning was made. He's like, wait, no, they're not smart enough to do this. Like, his disdain.
That's the perfect reaction.
Yeah, his disdain for how stupid he thinks the legends are. Oh man, just perfect. Like, it's like they're not smart enough to be able to do this. They can't do this. And I love that Damien Dark basically said, maybe I should feed you to that speed demon thing. like our problem with them being henchmen, like I said, is totally gone. Because the way they disrespect Thawne at this point is hilarious.
Can we talk about my favorite part of the episode?
Which part?
Firestorm using his powers.
Jelly beans.
What's your favorite candy? I like, you know, we're kids. And then again, it raises the issue of why you can't have Firestorm every episode, because he's a cheat code.
Yes. Yeah. Tell you one thing, I'd never go hungry.
Yo, when Rip's like, this is very impressive, both in flavor,
right,
and in feet.
Right. That's some Jesus level shit, man. It's like, oh man, hey Jesus, man, we out of wine. Like Jax, we out of wine. Hey, just bring me some water. We good. Just watch this real quick.
Not even water. Like, bring me some trash.
Right. What?
It's ridiculous.
You a Merlot guy? Is that what you want? You want some Merlot? You want some? You know? How about? Okay.
Hey, what year's your favorite?
Right. Let's see if Jesus Jax can keep the party going.
I love this episode because we covered it. Like, they touched on the Amaya personal stuff. They clearly moved the plot ahead very swiftly and very effectively. But there's also these little flourishes, like the Spear of Destiny giving the writing because of the flame, and then going to Tolkien and him basically writing Fellowship of the Ring based off of this story.
Right. Like, amazing. Oh, but here's the thing about that. Remember, doesn't happen if Mick doesn't try to fry it.
Exactly. Oh, look, Mick was wrong in the end. He's still the MVP of the show because they gave him the voiceover in the intro again.
Yes.
They know.
And here's the thing, like you said, you see the promos of the next week. If it's Mick that come back and tries to save them, you know, hey, and realize he was wrong. Hey, can't blame him. Again, you can't blame a guy who isn't doing this just to rule the world, but honestly just wants his friend back. I mean, when it comes down to it, that's what it is. Like, he'll never fully admit it, but that's what it is. And now, granted, that friend Snart is kind of an asshole because shit, the things he was saying to Mick, goddamn, man. And I'm like, Mick, I'm like, Snart, you say this about Mick, but at the same time, you talk to him the same. We've seen you on The Flash talk to Mick. You treat him like he's stupid too.
Oh, it's just manipulation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it works because it's a voice he hadn't heard in a while, and it's honestly his best friend back from the dead. I can see why it would work.
Oh, absolutely, 100%, 100%. Like you said, he's wrong in the end, but you understand. You totally understand about that. So yeah, man. Yeah, that was just, it was a really great episode. I don't know, man. It's just like this season has been really great. They've had a few like maybe an episode or two here that might have been stumbles or things that we didn't really like, but overall they really did really well. Also got to say, hey, love what they've been doing with Rip. You know,
yeah.
They've given Rip a purpose on the team again, and it's not to be captain, but allowing him, like, you gotta remember, he's like Nate, and he knows a lot of stuff. He's
a time travel expert,
right? So he's got a purpose on the team. That doesn't involve him being captain and making decisions. So,
and part of his purpose is setting the rules, because I know they'll never do it on the WB or CW, excuse me. They'll never do it on network television. But we'll just go to the crucifixion. I was like, do it, be immortal, be immortal television show. Go to the crucifixion, do it. And Rip's like, we can't. There's some things that are immutable in history that we can't even go near. I'm like, oh.
But
great cop out, but man, oh man, you wanted to do it, didn't you, Sean?
Right. I mean, hey, not a bad explanation either, because it's like, well, that actually kind of makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
You know, it's like, hey, you mess with that shit there, you're really changing the course of history, because again, that's what they're doing. They're trying to stop time apparitions. So, yeah, man, I'm really interested. And again, I think there's only 2 more episodes left. Let me see. I thought they moved it up to 20 episodes. But maybe they didn't. Let me see.
Take a look. Oh, I don't know. I thought it was still 17.
Yeah, maybe it's just still 17. So
I love it. I love the fact that we're going to go full on Back to the Future 2 next week. Like, this is a show that this is it.
Yeah.
We get to visit J.R.R. Tolkien. We get to go to make World War I jokes, and like World War II, the sequel's way worse. Like, that's a funny joke. I'm sorry. It is. We've got a Legends crew that's mostly like, you got older white people, you got young differently race people, like LGBTQ characters, and you're fighting a bunch of middle-aged white men.
It's literally called the Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom want to change reality. I don't know. And then you brought back Snart. Like, we knew it was coming and we knew the announcement had been made, but holy shit, I miss Snart.
Goodness, did we miss so and that's where I'm like, all right, how they end this season, on some level, I need the Legion of Doom to succeed, right? Because I need Thawne to still exist and not be erased from reality. I need Snart to live. Like, so on some, and like, if we lose Damien Dark, okay, and if Malcolm Merlin never gets a hand back, I'm fine with that. But like, on some level, I need those other two to come back. So on some level, I kind of want the Legion of Doom to win or some kind of way, and maybe there's some way of doing that, but and still get a victory for the Legends. But yeah, man, I'm really interested in seeing how these next 2 episodes play out. I'm really intrigued. Really intrigued.
I like the fact that when Tolkien asks like why they need the blood of Jesus, says it's a long story. Tolkien, I enjoy long stories, and Nate, yes, he does.
Very, very long stories. You know what? I can't believe I'm gonna say this after how I feel about musical episodes, but with the way that the hobbits are always singing in those books, I'm actually surprised they didn't break out into the song at some point in this episode.
See, you know.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised. I'm glad they didn't though, because god damn it, I couldn't take 2 episodes in a row of that. But yeah. No, the grumpiness is still there, guys. Right. Anything else you want to say about Legend before we move on to Arrow?
No, just really, I think they found the perfect number of episodes. They found the perfect way to pace it. They've found what this show was supposed to be, and I hope they don't lose that stride anytime soon.
Yep, same here. All right, moving on to Arrow, Season 5, Episode 17. I have no idea what the name of the episode is supposed to be. Prometheus goes to extreme lengths to destroy Oliver. And flashbacks, Oliver's violent tendencies come to a head in the confrontation with Anatoly. And, God damn it, man. Prometheus evil as shit, dog.
All right, let me just do this right now. I'm convinced Prometheus right as hell.
Prometheus is right.
I looked at the show. I was up to being like, "Well, that's the end of the show, guys."
He broke Oliver. I mean, like, he broke Oliver.
And at no point did he lie.
He got, like, I don't know where we go from here, dog.
How do y'all want me to come back next week and like pretend like I don't know this shit about your title character now?
I mean, and that's what kind of Oliver. I mean, in the episode, basically Oliver telling the team, "I don't want to do this no more." Like, in the way, look, people get on Stephen Amell for his acting, and he only have one, and I get it, right? You know, outside of this character, there's probably not a lot of range for him. But that I don't want to do this no more.
I believe that shit. I don't want you to do
that. Dude, that touched me, yo. That touched my soul. That touched my soul. I was like, so is Arrow going on break for a while? Like, not just. I mean, not
next. Like, is it gonna run back to back? Is it a double episode of Legends? Like, how are we doing this?
Yeah. Are we gonna, like? Can we take like a month-long break? Because I just feel like we need to recover after this. Because fuck yeah. And what I love about it is, so this is one of those episodes, and sometimes when they do this, it doesn't work out. But this is a really flashback heavy episode. But the way that the flashbacks get you to where Prometheus is trying to get Oliver to confess to worked out perfectly to me. Like, oh no, I get it. And seeing the fact that he was told, it's like, yo, like, and they say it was a confrontation with Anatoly. It's not, because Anatoly is not, it wasn't a conflict with him. It was a conflict with Kovar. And Anatoly told him, it was like, look, dude, like, when a gangster tells you, hey, man, you need to go home and be a family man, because I don't like what you're becoming right now. Like, when a Russian gangster tells you, you might be going too far and I don't know the person you are anymore, you're too dark for me, bruh. He skinned a man.
So Oliver's Dexter, right? I think this episode proves it. Like, there's no question about it.
He's like,
Oliver's Dexter with a specific skill set.
He skinned a man to get information. Like,
and I love, and it's a little convoluted, of course, but Talia being the one to say that you can separate your darkness and yourself into these two different things, it makes sense that she created it. Like, that helps me be more okay with a late Talia plugin, because it's like, this is really who made the hood.
Yeah. That's who created him, and I love how they were, because I was like, I was waiting for what, like, I kind of had a feeling this is what Prometheus was going for. I thought he just wanted Oliver to confess to being a serial killer and being a murderer, but instead, no, he wanted him to confess that you like doing it, not just that you killed people. Hey, look, we all kill people. You know, like, you know, we're all killers here, right? In this little cabal we have here, we're all killers.
Right.
But you enjoy it. Like, and that line he said was like, you use your dead father's, like, you know, your dead father as an excuse for all that you've done, when really, for basically for cover for the fact that you enjoy killing people. Like, that shit cut deep, man. And then, I'm gonna let you go. Like, the trolling of Adrian Chase, the trolling that Adrian Chase / Prometheus has done to Oliver has been masterful.
Yeah.
Even hey, look, man, they even answer our question. Where the fuck is Artemis been at? Where the fuck is Evelyn been at? And I thought for a minute there that we got the scene you were asking for, where he's been beating Prometheus been beating the fuck out of her and killed her.
Yo, I wrote down in my notes when he's faux snapped her neck. I wrote down, I guess it answers where Evelyn's been.
Right. But the fact that she really wasn't dead, I think kind of makes it even better, because then she goes.
Prometheus has a code.
Huh?
Prometheus has a code.
He has not only does he have, well, maybe he has a code. Well, is it that he has a code, or is it that even worse for Oliver? Because like when when Evelyn gets up, she goes, "Yeah, I knew he would break." Like I knew.
That was worse for all of him. That's the worst part about it.
Yeah.
Prometheus was an unrepentant psychopath, like Deathstroke was.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably goad him into something or trick him or slip him up.
Right.
This is literally the dark version of Oliver, who's built his own dark version of his family, who trusts him implicitly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he'd killed Evelyn, I was like, okay, no one would be loyal to this asshole. I get it. He's going to run this one-end war. No, he's building systems to destroy what Oliver's built.
Right.
By perverting it. And I love season 2. Like, my season 2 love, I don't think we had the show then, but I love season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Season 5 coming for the crown, man.
Dude, like, I am just, like, it was just this. There was just so much in this episode. Like, there was stuff I cringed at, not because, like, it was bad, just because, like, dog, they were just, like, when Oliver got shot with the 3, like, when he told Oliver, you put 3 arrows into this one guy, you remember him? I'm going to give you the same 3. I'm going to give you the same 3 arrows you gave him. And I'm just like, oh, that's not going to feel good in the morning. Burning the Bratva tattoo, the captain tattoo off of his chest. Bruh, this is a horror film, all right?
Yeah.
This is torture porn, all right? That's what this was. Oh, man. Like, it was, there's just so many things here that are really bringing the entire series together. The fact that Malcolm Merlyn was in Russia at the same time talking to Kovar, right? And then, apparently, Kovar isn't dead.
Yo. I know we're getting away from flashbacks next season, but if they don't kill Prometheus, do we get the 5-year flashback to the rise of Adrian Chase? Like, because if we're going to get in the business of not killing our villains, which it seems that the Kovar thing is showing us that's a possibility now on this show, because for years that's been one of the things you notice, that they seem to kill the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Take them off the table for good. Especially even in Flash, over in Flash. And this could be one of those, if they decide to keep Prometheus alive, it tells you what they think about the viability of the future of this show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like Prometheus could be another Malcolm Merlyn, to be perfectly honest here.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Easy.
So on one hand, yes, I definitely would love for them to keep Adrian Chase / Prometheus around for future seasons. But that motherfucker gotta die. Like there have been villains that you see on the show. They're like, oh well, you know, they have to die. But like, you know, like, hey, Deathstroke didn't die, but he should have, because the motherfucker killed your mom. So you're right, man. And if they're really kind of channeling season 2, this might end with him not killing Prometheus. And good God, that'll be. Because that's a series long villain, yo. That becomes something that you keep around, and I think that's something. I mean, yeah, you have Malcolm Merlyn, and I guess he's been like the series long villain that's always kind of been in the background. But he's also been that guy that there's a tie there, and he's been more gray area. Like he'll always turn out and do something for himself. But there's a lot of gray area with him because again, you have Thea and the relationship there, and you know, that's there. Prometheus, there's no ties. Like, that's just a bad guy. And what a bad guy that would be for just keep going forward. And a guy that knows everything about Oliver and, you know, and being the Green Arrow. And, yeah, man. Yeah. And, you know, this is something you've talked about before. They got it in the season also with him coming clean about being Green Arrow, right?
We're there now.
Like I feel like in order for Oliver to move on and survive this, he needs the backing of the city behind him. And I feel like
100%. I think that's something that they showed. He has to accept these both sides of himself, which parallels to the current both sides of himself, Mayor and Green Arrow.
Right.
He doesn't need to cock to being the hood or the vigilante because, jail.
Right.
He does need to cock to being the Green Arrow.
Right. Right.
Because remember, inspired by the actions, however misguided but well intended of the hood.
Because remember,
I saw a need to step up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Roy Harper, he admitted to being the hood and died. So there's an easy out for that, and say he's the Green Arrow, and
there's
that's
a clear
different.
line of demarcation that you can draw.
Right.
To where you don't have to address the things that meet the very good fucking points of redesign.
Right. There. Look, in Legends and in Arrow this week, both shows, the quote unquote bad guys had some points we need to hear out. Let's hear both sides. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, I'm not gonna go out there and get the Prometheus is right shirts, although they would be kind of fire. I'm just saying, just like I'm telling you, man. If I can get shit together, man, and we start a whole villains line of merchandise for for the MTR network, man. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. The villains line.
Just hashtag villain agenda.
The villain agenda, yo. I'm just saying, man. Hey, I love a good bad guy. What can I say? I saw the movie Life this weekend, and that alien is fucking evil as shit and kills a bunch of people, and I'm like, yes, fuck humanity, yes, kill us all. Like I'm that guy. Yeah, I'm that guy. Aliens come down. Well, I accept our alien overlords. Let's hear them out. Let's see what they're gonna do. Okay. All right. But yeah, man. And I gotta say this because we haven't seen him in a while. It's good to have him back. Dolph Lundgren is just a national treasure. Granted, he's not our national treasure.
Great.
He's not our national treasure, but he's a national treasure, and I'm claiming that. So, yeah, he's great because it's just like the way it's not even. I was afraid when they were bringing him on that he would be too, I don't know, cheesy,
right.
But he's not. Like he's really like selling this stuff, and those fights are, brutal. So, no, man, I've loved seeing Dolph on the show this season, and he's elevated, man. I've loved it, and that's been great. So, yeah, and I love the fact that the end of the episode, the first time we see any other team, and they're like, and Diggle's like, we gotta fight. What are we doing? It's been 6 days.
It's been 6 days.
Yeah.
6 days.
6 days. 6 days. You guys haven't found him yet, and he just rolls walking in. You guys didn't. Yeah, you guys didn't do shit.
He limps in. Let's give a little credit where it's due to previous. Right. He doesn't walk in.
Like, so I want to know, like, how did he walk along the street in with carrying the bows and arrows, and nobody said, "Hey, that's the mayor." Like, I do want to know how he got back.
He pulled an Uber, no question.
Yeah, right.
It's a special Uber. Just Uber the wolf.
Right, Uber the wolf. Oh yeah, so good, man. But yeah, no, this has been between Legends and Arrow, man, really strong. Like, we've had the problems with the Flash, and again, not like, oh my god, it's been terrible. I'm not coming back next season. Not like that. Just some stumbles. But Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow have been the two stronger shows this season, and hey, that's good. You know what? You know why that's good to me? Because I think, and while I would like all of them to be strong, but it means that the Flash can't rest on his laurels. It can't just go, oh, well, we're the Flash, and so you're always going to watch us, and so we're going to be, no. You got to step up. You got to have the writing there. You got to bring things together, and yeah, man, I'm really happy about these two shows right now. It's really, really great. Really, really
I do think that Yeah, you're right. These have been the two best shows of the three. I think The Flash, again, I think it lost. It's trying to do a little bit. It's doing a little bit too dark of a season for me. For who the Flash is supposed to be the character. That said, I do hope this is the darkest episode of Arrow because if you really like, depending on how you feel about the Evelyn thing, like the Evelyn thing, fuck with me. Like this is basically a Saw episode.
Oh, nigga, they killed what's her name's mom. She got killed. Like Oliver couldn't save her. Then they killed a bunch of people with sarin gas. Like, nigga, people, this is a dark ass fucking episode.
Someone alive, and Evelyn fake died just to torture his ass. This was Saw Arrow edition.
Right. No, I'm with you on that one. Like, I would like to see. Arrow's never going to be the bright show, but when Oliver comes, I'm hoping they do this. I'm hoping he, like you said, he has the I am Iron Man moment. I do hope that they get a little, not more cheery, but a little brighter next season. And let's not get so dark. You know, I get that we have to do this we're kind of resetting. If you think about it, resetting Arrow into Green Arrow. Like, I would even be okay if next season they can't, and wouldn't this be awesome? They come back next season and they change the name of the show to Green Arrow.
Man, I'm ready. That's what I'm waiting for.
I would love for them to do. Like, I don't think they're going to, but I would love for them to do that. I mean, it's not unheard of to change the name of a show. You know, and like, you know, Aqua Teen Hunger Force did it all the time, and granted, this was a cartoon and stuff like that. But like, you can, like, I think it's a natural evolution of the show, and I would love for them to do that and change it to the Green Arrow and just stop calling them Arrow. Because again, it's been the progression. We've had the Hood, we've had the Arrow, now we have Green Arrow. Let's make it Green Arrow, and you know, have Oliver kind of. Honestly, at this time, I'm at the point where now I'm ready for, and I'm hoping that's what this ends with. I'm ready for Oliver to stop torturing himself.
Yeah,
I think we're at that point now where, because even with Batman, you know, the character Batman, he doesn't torture himself like this. You know,
well, he does, and he has for years. But Scott Snyder directly addressed it in his run.
Exactly, and so now, like, let's elevate. And Oliver's is not Bruce Wayne, so there's a great opportunity to kind of break that off, and let's not do that. And same thing with the Flash. Like, if we're not gonna have a speech or villain next season, bring on the Rogues. That'll be fucking awesome, and let's do it. So,
I hope that Arrow's able to bring back Dolph next year, because even with Brick, this is the first time I felt like this was a physical difference between the person Arrow's got to fight.
Yeah.
Like, he's so fucking big.
Good God, he's a fucking monster.
Like, Chad Coleman was cool and all, but, like, Dolph Lundgren was a massive human being.
Okay, this has nothing to do with Super Tuesday recap, and I normally don't mention politics on the show, but I just have to say this. Tammy Laren is reportedly banned permanently from the Blaze. What a shame. What a shame.
I was on Jeff's podcast on Monday, and I called this exact thing happening. He said, because it broke as we were recording, the news that she got suspended broke, and I said, this is not a suspension. This is her subtle move to the left, to the middle, so that she can be palatable to other people. Because white people will, by and large, forget about your racism if you get on board with something else they care about. So, she was banned from the Blaze. Her contract was up in September. She was already negotiating to leave. This is a preemptive strike by her team. Yeah. She will be on The View or some other shit once her non-compete's over. Oh, yeah. You think Megyn Kelly moving to MSNBC was a big deal? She's coming to Fox for Megan's spot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
9 p.m.
She's gonna get a bigger spot, but this goes back to what I've always was saying before about giving her any kind of platform. But, hey, what it is. But I'm still going to party off the fact that she got permanently banned for now. So, anyway, let's move on to some other more depressing, or not really depressing news. So we're done with Arrow, right?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Yeah,
we're good.
I didn't know if you were still going to do this. I thought you'd forgotten.
Oh, you talking about like the trailer?
Oh, let's do that. Yeah,
I'm doing that first. Okay. So the Justice League trailer came out Saturday. Movie comes out in November. Wonder Woman comes out in June, but we're putting a Justice League trailer out in March because, okay, all right, we need to build up. I don't know. Before I get into the trailer, I just want to say, guys, it's the Justice League. You don't need to sell me on it. Oh, and I'm just saying me as in, like, the average population. It's fucking Justice League. People are going to see it. It's still going to make money. Maybe not as much money as it should, but it's gonna make fucking money. It's just what it is. It's not gonna flop because it's the fucking Justice League, and so whatever. So, trailer comes out, and I'm just gonna say this because I know D-Palm is not gonna be as nice as I am, so I'm gonna get this out of the way because I'm the nice one, folks. When it comes to WB and DC,
No one seems to realize
I want people to realize this. I'm the nice one. I'm the one that's been trying to give WB a chance. So I'm going to say some nice things and some constructive criticism, all right? If you did not see previous DC movies and you didn't have the stench of Batman versus Superman and Suicide Squad in your noses still, I think, objectively, the trailer's not bad. Like, you look at the trailer, it's actually pretty good. Like, I could probably get hyped. If this was my first introduction to DC and WB making a Justice League type cinematic universe film, if this was the first film, I'd wonder where Superman was, and I also wonder why Flash is, dressed like, I don't know, Iron Man. But I'd say overall, I'm like, hey, that looks pretty good. I'm kind of hyped for that. I do think that the Cyborg CGI needs to work on it, but that's what you get when you put out a trailer in March and you're still working on effects. I do believe it'll look better when they get to the film, the actual film in November, because God, it should, because it's March now and you have a ton of months to fix that. So I think they will. The problem I have is just that I did see Batman vs. Superman, and I did see Suicide Squad, and Zack Snyder is still directing this film. So I can't get too excited because they've always cut a hell of a trailer. That's a great trailer, but the movie is not, a 2.5 minute trailer. So can they put it together a full movie? And as far as I'm concerned, like, the answer is no until they prove otherwise. So, but yeah, I mean, just on its own, nothing else there. Trailer looks pretty good. Hey, you get Aquaman, doing some, not Family Guy Aquaman shit. So he's actually looking like a badass. I hate the color palette that they're still going with, particularly after like they brightened up Wonder Woman.
These sons of bitches. Are you done being nice?
I'm done being nice.
Great, because I want you to step in with that reel. Kriss is making excuses. Hey, Kriss, you can go ahead and put that down. I know it's exhausting carrying water for DC constantly. Just put that shit in the corner.
I mean, I'm true, man. I want them to it's the fucking Justice League.
You said that in a vacuum, it's not. It's a good trailer. I would contend in a vacuum, it's a passable trailer, and in reality, nah, nigga, no, sir, no. A month before, the same month as Thor, and the month before Star Wars, and this is your first step. You give me a half-transformed cyborg, whose signature moment in your trailer is the Iron Man move. The Iron Man move, my dude. You're like straight up being like, yo, Marvel, when they drop that mask and fly, people go nuts. First of all, they didn't show that until it was ready. I'm going to say, I think you're probably right, Cyborg is not ready. This isn't the final build of Cyborg. And the question then becomes, then why are we seeing it? Because you know what? My fiance loves everything we do. She's supportive, but she's not as into it as we are. I said, baby, I didn't see the trailer yet. Do you want to see it? She said, yeah. I put it on. Her first question was, wait, November? Why was it out now? And I said, no. Okay, that's fine. Erase that. But why? What do you think of the trailer? She goes, no, I can't get past it. Isn't Wonder Woman coming out soon? She's not on Twitter. I don't have these conversations with her. These are independent thoughts of hers.
I think didn't we see the last Super Tuesday we were talking about this? We were like, yo, I feel and this trailer kind of confirms that for me. I feel like they're making it the Batman Aquaman show. And they're not putting maybe I might have said this on the Nerd Off. I'm like, yo, I'm waiting for them to not have the Trinity be Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman looks like she's in fourth place after Batman, Aquaman, and the Flash right now.
Yo, okay, and the other thing is, and this is something that I'd point out to other people, they treat Wonder Woman in this trailer like you already know her, even though her movie hasn't dropped. You lazy sons of bitches. Either give her equal weight in billing, at least in the trailer, or wait to drop this trailer until after Wonder Woman drops.
Like, you could... There's a perfect opportunity.
They assume a lot of audience knowledge about Wonder Woman in this. I know what you're saying. It feels like she's in fourth place. I would contend that she's the only one going into the movie who'll have a solo out.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right on that. I'm talking about...
She should at that point in the introduction, but you're right. On the day you release it, I need to be introduced to her too.
Well, my thing is, if you're gonna release a trailer for Justice League in March, you know the perfect way to do that, because you do have Wonder Woman coming out. You can do a dual trailer with Wonder Woman and Justice League because she's in both fucking movies. She's in both movies. You can cut one trailer for both movies using the one character that's in both fucking movies. Because she's in both movies. You do dual promotion, right? Because you can.
She's in both movies.
She's in both movies. You can. Like this should be PR one. Like, I'm not a marketing person, but even I fucking know that should be what you do. Like, and I'm like, when I say, like, you're right, she doesn't need as much introduction, but I'm worried that she won't have the prominence that she should of her station, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm not worried about that because, again, like you said, 2-minute trailer. Mm-hmm. I'm not worried about that yet.
Right.
I think it's on the table.
Well, the reason why I say that is because even if you look at the poster, she's not in the center.
Well, I haven't seen the poster. Can you see me the poster?
Oh, let me see. If I look at
the motion poster thing there.
Just as
on the far left or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they said that Cyborg is the heart and soul of the story, which, if that's true, he's got to look way fucking better, guys. I'm not watching that for 2 hours. No way, no how. I maybe the darker palettes because they know they can't get Cyborg right. I don't get anything about this movie. And people who tell you that this trailer was good or that the haters gotta fall back now, absolutely fucking and not. I love DC Comics. I'm the furthest thing from a hater that you can imagine. But guess what? That wasn't a good trailer. Particularly on the heels of Batman vs. Superman, on the heels of Suicide Squad, and on the dangling part of proposition that might be a Batman movie one day.
One day we might get it.
Yeah, I got hold on. Take a look at this.
Yeah,
I get why Batman's in the middle. I'm actually okay with that.
Okay, I'm just saying.
It's not like there's enough of them. Everyone's pretty much centered.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, all right. I'm just saying. I'm a little concerned that
and clearly. From what we've learned about this movie, this is Batman's league. Like, he's the one who, he's even like he's the active voice in the trailer. Mm-hmm. He's the one who's hunting down. He's the one who's our introduction to both Aquaman and the Flash is what we've seen in the trailer. So I get Batman being in the middle.
What did you think about Aquaman in the trailer?
I think that the scenes when he's not in that ridiculous suit are great. My fiance was like, Jason Momoa, though, we should probably go opening weekend. I'm like, man, I'm right here. But no, like Jason Momoa, yeah. But when they put him in that Fool's, like, and I know they're doing like a semi CGI thing like they did with Black Panther. Mm-hmm. Black Panther did it way better, first of all.
Well, again, I think because it's early, like I remember when I was at D23 and I saw the Black Panther suit the first time. And and again, but that's why they don't release that footage. They never.
I never saw the D23 footage because I'm part of the normal public.
Right. They don't. There's a reason why there used to be the trailer, and it still happens. Some of the trailers they release at Comic-Cons don't get released to everybody because they're like, it's not finished. This is test footage, and I'll be honest, Cyborg looked like that. Like, if this was played in like Hall H, which I think this is what they should have done. I think they should have played this trailer in Hall H in July. During San Diego Comic-Con, they would have shut shit down. One, because I don't think Marvel's going to be there this year, because they have D23, so they're probably not going to be at San Diego Comic-Con like that, and they probably won't be showing a bunch of stuff. So they could have really shut down at San Diego Comic-Con. And I think that Cyborg footage, because when you can't, like, the first time you see it, it looks bad, but if you see it, and again, like, in the moment, it's fine. Like, if you're in the audience of 6,500 people, like, cheering. Like it's fine,
Yeah.
but when you're looking at it close up, it looks bad, but it just looks because it's unfinished. So it's just like again, it's just the marketing that I don't think that they're thinking this shit through in that case. But
I think the action was poorly cut from what they showed in the trailer. I think there's a lot of problems I have with this, and most among them might be what they're doing with
don't say
sure parademons. All right, why not?
Okay,
let's do it. But if you're gonna have parademons be your bad guy, and the only person I see Wonder Woman really assault in the trailer is some no name, I guess, look like guards in a building. Like, what are we doing? I don't know, man. It feels weird to me. It feels like they're trying too hard. They're clearly taking it off planet, as you can see when they're fighting the parademons, to, I guess, address the Man of Steel complaints about collateral damage. Or you could just, I don't know, have your heroes be fucking heroic. What are you doing? I'm sorry. I'm not going to do this right now. I have no faith in this movie.
I have no faith either.
I want to have faith.
I want to believe.
Faith would be nice. Dude, even J.K. Simmons' Commissioner Gordon felt like he has goddamn mustache glued on.
I'm afraid.
It felt like, you know what it felt like? It felt like a 11th grader's production of what a Justice League trailer should look like.
Okay,
complete with too dark so you can't see the details.
Okay, so I'm gonna come back to that point, but I just want everybody to know again. Deepalm's way worse than me. You guys heard what I said about this. I'm tired of people acting like I'm the asshole when it comes to these movies. I'm trying.
I think you're willing to make excuses. I'm done. I'm done making excuses for laziness.
But I will say that's not the reason why I saw these stupid kind of things. Well, yeah, DC's visuals are so much better than Marvel. I'm like, no, they're fucking not. Not in any world. You can actually see the action in a Marvel movie.
The gift that they tweeted at us.
Right.
Amber Heard underwater. Probably said their effects came up. Did you see Doctor Strange?
Like even in that
sitting back together with the blowing it up as their climax, and a direct middle finger to what they've all done in the past.
Right. And if you look at that scene, it's like every other scene in there, and like they're using a trick they do on TV all the time. Like, hey, look, even the shows we love, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Flash, Legend doesn't do it as much, but an Arrow, you turn the lights down a little bit, and you can get away with, not having the greatest graphics. I mean, remember that the first time we saw Grodd on TV? It was very dark. We saw Grodd, but like that's a TV trick they do to kind of cut costs a little bit, so it doesn't, so you can't.
Right now,
huh?
One of my favorite movies in the world is Pacific Rim.
Mm-hmm.
All those fights happen at night and in the rain.
Right, for a reason.
And if you're wondering why Doomsday was at night in the rain in Batman vs Superman, it's because Zack Snyder's lazy as shit.
And so when I see this trailer and like, yeah, maybe the visuals would be better, but like I need more light. Like look at Wonder Woman. They the first trailer, and maybe they'll still do it here, but I just like I would like to see what's going on in the film. Like this reminds me of like Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad at one point gets so dark, and in the end of the movie when they defeat the villain, all of a sudden the lights come on, and you're like, oh wow, there are colors in this film. Like all of a sudden you can see, oh wait, yeah, Harley Quinn she pops on the screen now. Like you can see things. And like I don't know if it's maybe the graphics are good, but like when you turn down this dull filter over everything, it's really hard to really pick out details and enjoy it. So like I don't know, that's one thing that bothers me. And like I said, I think that vacuum, the trailer does what it needs to do for a lot of people. Because it's just like the Transformer 5 thing. You see, people like us aren't going to be fooled by it, but a lot of people are going to see Transformer 5 and go, well, the trailer looks so good, I'm going to go see it. And it turned out to be trash. We don't, so it just happens. I do have to say this, and my biggest complaint about this trailer. The Flash.
I'm done. Looks like nothing to me. Westworld.
Like, here's the thing. You know what I'm doing at this point? And you're right. Deepalm's right. I'm talking myself out of this movie so that the bar is so low that when I see it, I can get some kind of enjoyment out of it. So at this point,
you're X-Mening this movie.
I'm X-Mening this movie. Because like it's a fucking Justice League, man. Like when people get on me like, oh, you just wanted to fail. I'm like, no, the opposite. The opposite. I want to be so wrong on this.
I would love to be blown away by this.
Like I don't like the Flash suit. The Blue Lightning, whatever.
The speed effect tunnel, like what the hell is that?
Yeah, no, like people were like, oh, it's great. Like his little stance he did before he took off. I don't know what they're going for and where they're taking this Flash and this Barry Allen from. But it's not my Barry Allen. And I'm not even going to go on some just a TV show. No, just like from reading the comic books, it's just I don't know what this interpretation is coming from, and so I'm very, I don't know. I'm very disappointed. I'm underwhelmed. I just am. We'll see. Maybe after Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman will be really really good, and I'll be able to kind of have a little bit more faith in Justice League. But I need to see Wonder Woman right now. That's why I think that's another reason why I'm on the stop showing me stuff for Justice League at this point, because I need to be convinced by Wonder Woman first. If Wonder Woman turns out to be good, hey, we can have a.
That movie's still coming out.
They're supposed to have a trailer, I think, next weekend at WonderCon. So, or a couple weeks on the final trailer for Wonder Woman at WonderCon. So, we'll see. But yeah, man. Like I said, I want this to be good. I want them to turn this around. The other problem I have is, and why I don't get distracted by trailers, as far as I'm concerned, and I know Deepon disagrees, but I think DC always cuts a good trailer to get the general audience there. But what can you do for a movie?
But they also always do? They always go too far. Why did we see Doomsday before the movie came out?
Right. So that means
they're going to go too far.
Yeah, at some point.
And what I'm saying is, they're going to show you Superman before November because they have no goddamn restraint.
And I was just about to say that. That's one. Two, this movie has to do so much. You have to introduce Flash. You have to introduce Flash.
7 hours long.
You have to introduce Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, right? You introduce. I don't see anybody else with Barry, but you definitely have to introduce Mira and because you see that in there. Apparently they're
Barry's dad.
Huh?
Barry's dad.
Oh, Barry's dad is in there? I didn't see him.
In the trailer, it's who he's talking to at the jail.
Oh, you're right. So you got Barry's dad. You got Vic Stone's dad is in there. Could you see that? Mother.
Stone. You get at some point you get Jim Gordon. Of course, you can get Alfred. You're asking this movie to do a lot,
and so you get all of that stuff to set up. That's all before you bring back Superman and you bring in your villains and how setting that up. That's a lot for, and I'm telling you right now, got to be at least 2.5 hours. And Batman vs Superman was long as fuck. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of movie to make. Yeah, action's fine, but it's not enough. You still need to put together a well-paced, well-written movie, and that's asking a lot right now. So, yeah, guys, yeah. That's where I'm at. Like I said, I don't fault anybody for watching this trailer. I know Deepon feels the same way. For watching this trailer and being excited and being happy. I'm just like, I can't afford that anymore. I can't afford to put my faith in these movies anymore and then come out, lying to myself and trying to convince myself they're good. I shouldn't have to convince myself that Justice League movie is good. I shouldn't have to convince myself that a Wonder Woman movie is good. Like, I just can't go through that anymore. So, we'll see. Like, at this point, I'm really on to... At this point, I don't need to see any more trailers. I don't. For Wonder Woman or for Justice League. I don't. I just need to see the fucking movie. At this point. Because that's the only thing that's going to convince me. That's the only thing that's going to convince me. So, anyway. All right. I had another rant I was going to do, but I'm not going to do it now. I don't feel like it. I'm already down.
Yeah, there's no point.
Yeah, there's no point. I'm already down on this. But, we'll see. Like I said, At this point, I need to see the movies before trailers aren't going to fix anything for me. So we'll see. The good news is next month we do get one of the greatest superhero teams alive, Furious 8. So yeah,
the truest of Justice Leagues,
the real Justice League. I'm sorry,
the real Justice League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, let's do that. So all right, folks, there you guys have it. That is our recaps of Legend of Tomorrow and Arrow and talk of the Justice League trailer. So find the rest of our Super Tuesday recaps on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. Search for Super Tuesday Recap or find them on mtrnetwork.net. And until next time, we are out of here. Peace.